full time there at the London Stadium. It's our 4th 2-2 game in London in a row.
It's mad, that.
West Ham 2, AFC Bournemouth 2. I don't know what to think of that, mate. What do you make of it?
I felt at half time, I thought it's not much in it. If we can get the lead, we got defensive option on the bench. We obviously had that, but then they take the lead, so then you take a point and we get it. But yeah, it's frustrating. I thought we'd done all right. I thought it's probably the fair result. I'd say I don't think either team were good enough to win it.
I think it was. I mean, the first half an hour of the game was absolutely
terrible.
I thought it was a really bad advert for Premier League football. But then in the last 10-15, we certainly upped it, and I think we were probably just about worthy. We shaved it in that first half based on the last segment.
Yeah, I mean, if I was a West Ham fan, I'd worry a little bit. You look at the quality of players they've got on the pitch and the millions of pounds they've got on the pitch. New manager. We're ending the game with a duo of Winterburn and Jefferson.
Tell you what, Winterburn was alright, wasn't he?
And we looked like a team trying to win it.
Yeah.
I'd worry if I was them a little bit, because they've only scored from set piece today, which is obviously a concern for us. But I think in the general play, mate, the players we got out and the players we're playing, it's a good point. It's frustrating because of the results we've had recently. We need to win that. But proud of the players again. I thought they worked really hard. He's has time behind his back. He has to bring on Winterburn and try and change the game, and we do. And that's how good this manager is. If you give him someone that's not an academy player, we might win that game. I've said that.
And Donny's going to be looking at our defending for 2 headers up that end in the space of what felt like about 10-15 minutes. It wasn't good. It's like we just totally switched off, but that weirdly seemed to spark them back into life, because from that moment we seemed to look like the more likely side to get something.
Yeah, so as soon as they got the leveller, you thought, well, there's only one team going to win this, then they get the goal. And as soon as they get the goal, then we start pressing. As soon as we get the goal, then we thought it was a proper one of them games, wasn't it? Like end to end, like it kept shifting, but it probably. So you look at it on the whole, you think it's probably a fair result.
Yeah.
But it was. I think that the draw was fair. But what I'm saying is, Andoni's got no one to bring on, and so to come here and get a point and be well worthy of that point, I think says all about the coach, mate. And if you could bring on, no respect to the players, because actually Winterburn was brilliant when he came on.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
But if you're bringing on a top, if you're bringing on, I'm trying to think of players out on loan now. So if you're bringing on Bidden and Krupi instead of Winterburn and Jefferson.
A few players worthy of praise, a few maybe.
Lewis Cook was brilliant.
Yeah, Lewis Cook was great. There are a number of players that I think, as the game wore on, got a lot better. But there are also ones that maybe underwhelmed. I mean, I didn't think Dunga Retaro was very effective today. It's almost like his best position is not where he's actually employed to play. I mean, it's almost like he has to think too much when he plays left wing, whereas when he's up front, it's just instinctive. When he's left back, it's instinctive.
I think his best position is impact.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't. When you've got Brooks available, I don't get starting Dango. Start Brooks. Dango comes on, everyone's tiring. That's what I would have thought. But Brooks don't want to come on. But yeah, I always thought Dango's better when they're tiring. I thought he was poor. I thought Semenyo was poor again. I thought the 2 white men were pretty poor for us, to be fair. I thought Smith had done alright again. Yeah. Dino was pretty. I thought Adams and Cook were good.
We need to shout for Evanilson, because obviously he got on the end of two strikes. Both, I mean,
it's inevitable, mate.
We actually out-celebrated them 4-2 today because we had 2 VAR checks, so we'll have that one. But
I love how both ours went to VAR when there was nothing wrong with them.
But both good finishes, and sliding in at the far post for the last one. The first one was an instinctive shot on the turn. I tell you what, he's you wouldn't know he's been out for quite a while, because I think he's been superb. But it's almost like there's a reliance on the side for him to be that man to score goals, because it's only him that's scoring at the moment, seemingly.
Yeah, it's getting a bit like that because obviously Semenyo's dipped in form and Cliver's out. But yeah, honestly, mate, I mean, we said it the other week, like the fact that we've dipped in form and ever scoring every game. He scores every game at the moment. So what a striker! And he ran his race at the end. We had to chuck Jebo on because he was dead on his feet, but he's always in the right place. He's always making the right runs, and we got a hell of a player there going forward. So yeah, I was buzzing for him to get both. I think if I ever want a goal scorer, I want it to be Ever. He's our striker, and he's doing it every time, mate. So yeah, really pleased for him.
One of the things we should have known, that because we've scored at the London Stadium, we don't lose games, and that stat still goes on. If we score here, doesn't matter, don't worry about it. I just thought that we might have been good to get the 3 points at the end, especially when we had that free kick at the end. There were little moments where just bad decisions here and there. And nice to see Julian Araujo, by the way.
It's magic! I got a clue we are. Nice seeing him back in the squad though. But I think we'll reflect on it and go fair result. I think it's a fair result. I don't think either team deserves to win that game. Both teams would be happy. It was 2-2 because it should have been a 0-0 and one great for a while. But we take it. We beat Fulham. We beat Palace. See what happens.
Right, let's get some more reaction from outside the ground then. Come on. Right, we're outside the ground then, and Benny Boy. What do you think about that, mate?
It's just, I don't really feel anything. I didn't really feel much before the game. Like, it's just average, mid, maybe. But yeah, we were okay in times. Thought Dango was better. Thought Semenyo was better. Not back to his usual self. But yeah, I thought Tyler Adams was amazing today. It was better. But it's just unfortunate because, when we were winning, we were 8th, which could be a European spot, and it's kind of the false hope that kills you. But who knows? We've stopped the rot, I guess. There's not much else to say, really. I thought West Ham were average. We were pretty average. And that's about that.
Sort of two teams with some lapses of concentration, though, at times.
Yeah.
I mean, for us, 2 moments inside a short space of time, which didn't serve us well. I think he's going to be looking at the footage of that, looking at our defending there, because 3 headers relatively. And for West Ham as well, I think they will be quite underwhelmed with the way that they conceded. It was 2 teams that didn't want to lose, it felt.
Oh yeah. It was disappointing conceding a header to Jared Bowen, albeit he's a very, very good player, but he's probably 5'10", 5'11", with our 2 very, very tall centre backs. We've got a decently tall team. With conceding a header to him, it's not good enough. I mean, full crew came on and he was good in the air. We will be disappointed that we didn't win that, because we know West Ham are there for the taking, that they're nearer the bottom end of the table. Obviously not really the relegation zone, but they're still 16th, 15th, around that spot. So it was a chance to take some points, and we've taken 1, so that's about that, to be honest. But it's okay.
It's okay. Right, let's see who else is about. Okay, so we've got Addy here as well. What do you think of that?
Well, my passport's out, but that is because I'm going on holiday myself in July. So I don't think it'll be with the football. Was disappointing today. I didn't really know what the manager could do. I think he was limited with not having Cliver available, not having Cini available.
It seems that without Christie and Cliver, we've just lost that bit of buzz from that number 10 position, haven't we?
Yeah, we definitely have. I did like is it Winterburn when he came on, and for me I think he should start ahead of Alex Scott. I think you need to give him a chance, because I thought when he came on he did look quite bright. He was trying to make things happen. We just I think it's a little bit too little too late. I mean, to come here and get a point, you would think, in normal circumstances not so bad, but I think you can't now when we need every single point. I think it's a little bit too little too late, but we'll hope that Forest do Villa in the evening kick-off, but fingers crossed, but we'll see.
Fingers crossed. Cheers. Right, so there you go. There are a few full-time opinions there. Look, we'll have more on the vlog coming up with Tiggs and the rest of us, Steve, etc. And I do feel a little bit disappointed, but look, we're up to 9th, which is a good thing, and at least we've stopped the rot somewhat. Another 2-2 in London at the Cherries.